We're back for our MLB Best Bets here on August 17th. It's a Sunday, and we've got baseball action all day long, starting with the Roku game at 8:30 in the morning, where my favorite team takes on the Philadelphia Phillies as we look for a 3-1 series victory against the Phillies. But anyways, we've got baseball all day long, and we've got our 5 best bets for this entire Sunday slate. Now, before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Tomorrow marks the start of college football season for us, as we're going to have our Week 0 predictions for college football tomorrow afternoonish here on the channel. I cannot wait to get that going. Football season is fastly approaching. College football, NFL, then the NBA, and college basketball. It all starts up here in the fall in just a few days, or just a day now. So make sure to join us for that tomorrow here on the channel. Make sure to go check out Greedo Plays MMA's later today. We're going to have our UFC Fight Night Shanghai predictions. Johnny Walker and Mingyang Zhang in the main event from Shanghai, China, as the sport of mixed martial arts got set back about 30 years yesterday. Thanks, Hamzat. Anyways, also on Greedo Plays MMA this week, on Monday, we're going to have our PFL predictions. Fabian Edwards, Dalton Rosta in the main event for the 185-pound championship. Go check out Greedo Plays MMA as we move on to the first of our 5 best bets today. And our first bet is going to be our Washington Nationals best bet. We're going with the over today in DC. The line is set at 9.5 runs, and I do believe the Nats and Phillies are going to go over that mark. So this is the early game today at 11:35 local time in DC, and at 8:35 out here. Oh, I got to get up early for this one. I'm recording this video about 4 hours before this game's starting. No, 6 hours, math. Anyways, Aaron Nola, Mitchell Parker is the pitching matchup today. Expect a bunch of runs. So Aaron Nola, right, pitching today for the Phillies. He's part of their 6-man rotation, where I guess that's where they're going now because Taijuan Walker's been pitching so well. Nola has not been great in 2025. Obviously, he's been injured, and his last start came on May 14th against the St. Louis Cardinals, and it was by far his worst performance of the year. Against St. Louis, Nola goes 3 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 9 runs. He's been on the IL ever since, gave up 3 home runs in that game, but it was a rib injury for Aaron Nola. He is now back for the final stretch, really, as the Philadelphia Phillies prepare for the postseason. Statistically, it's been a career worst year for Nola. And again, small sample size so far. But you look at that last start against St. Louis, it was bad. His other start in the month of May against the Cleveland Guardians was not great either. Nola's record this season, again, take pitching records with a grain of salt. Nola is still 1-7 this year. Philadelphia did not win games early in the season with Nola on the mound. And sure, May and April is when the Phillies are really going through their toughest times. Obviously, it seems like they have the National League East kind of locked up, just the way the Mets are playing. And I know, right, Philadelphia lost yesterday and New York won yesterday, but that's besides the point. 6.16 ERA on the season for Aaron Nola. It's not ideal. I'm not going to tell you the Nats are in the ball all that well right now, but I think yesterday's game being a 2-0 final in favor of the Nationals, I believe it's going to completely flip today. Not the final result. I actually think Washington could win today. I'm not going to play it because Mitchell Parker's pitching, and he probably is the worst starting pitcher in all Major League Baseball. But I expect with the 2-0 game yesterday, I think a lot more runs are going to be scored today, right? Cade Cavalli shuts down the Phillies yesterday. I would just expect a lot more, right? James Wood was the sole factor in that game yesterday, at least driving in runs. He drove in the 2 runs that won the game for the Nats in Brady House and in Dylan Cruz. But at the same time, we're talking about Aaron Nola being, not great on the mound this season. Mitchell Parker, again, might be the worst pitcher in Major League Baseball. Starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. ERA is 5.55 for Parker. The Nationals have lost 3 consecutive starts in which Parker has gone, obviously. His last 3 games in the month of August have been horrible. Royals start, 5 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 5 earned runs. Against the Athletics, 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. Against the Brewers, 4 innings, 12 hits, 8 runs. ERA in the month of August, so far for Mitchell Parker, is 10.6. Again, legitimately one of the worst pitchers in baseball. You combine that with the fact of, okay, well, 1, 2, 3 for Philadelphia is absolutely nasty. Turner, Schwarber, Harper. I mean, those guys alone might put up 3 runs just in the top half of the first inning. Flip side, Aaron Nola, I think, is going to give up some runs as well. The Nats bats, it's a lost season at this point, but the guys are going to battle, and the Nats as a whole this season have played Philadelphia pretty tight. They've given the Phillies a lot of fits this season. Obviously, they haven't always come out on the right end of that. But look at opening day, how well they play against the Phillies. They really give the Phillies some trouble early in the season in Philadelphia. I know that series didn't go our way, but the game that we should have won if Keibert Ruiz could have caught a line drive to his face, from Dylan Cruz. That's neither here or there. The Nats have played Philadelphia really tough this season. And I think they're going to play them tough again today. And if they're going to play them tough today, a lot of runs have to be produced. So that's what I think is going to happen today. Will the Nats win? I don't know. But a big factor to the Nationals, young development right now. I might go a little bit off course here, but hear me out with this one. It's a guy who probably won't be able to pitch today. Jose A. Ferrer, right? He is our new closer, and Jose yesterday went 2 innings. After pitching on Thursday, pitching an inning there, pitching it on Thursday, notching a couple more saves, I just don't know if Ferrer is going to be healthy today. But Ferrer's been a huge reason for why the Nats have been somewhat successful post-Kyle Finnegan era, and the last 5 games Ferrer has pitched, the Nationals have won. Now, yesterday was brutal for me, right? I gotta watch Dricus du Plessis, my favorite fighter, get humped for 25 minutes in a main event for the middleweight championship. Now, the Nationals won, which was great, but I mean, that was just brutal for me, right? I had to sit there and I just had to watch that. The only saving grace to my day yesterday was Jose A. Ferrer and the Washington Nationals. Sometimes I watch the Detroit Tigers, and it's another thing. I had to watch the Tigers yesterday, and I had to watch Kyle Finnegan pitch his 6th consecutive inning of not giving up a single run for the Tigers. I'm so happy for the guy. But Jose A. Ferrer, he's keeping me going with the Nationals right now, all right? I believe this guy has potential to be an Aroldis Chapman type reliever and type closer for the Nats. I think he is probably the solution long-term at the closing position. Okay, we still need to see what Ferrer can do for the rest of the year. Obviously, his ERA still is 4.45, but since getting moved to the closing role for the Nationals and post-Kyle Finnegan trade, Jose Ferrer in the closing role has not given up a single run. His stats have actually rivaled in comparison to Finnegan in Detroit. And again, I make that Aroldis Chapman comp. Ferrer throws heaters. Now, sometimes he doesn't know where it's going. But again, since taking that closing spot from Finnegan, Ferrer's been nasty, man. The slider, gross. The fastball, it's touching triple digits. It's in the high 90s. Jose A. Ferrer, if he can figure it out, he is going to be a very good closer in the game of baseball. There's a reason why teams wanted to get Ferrer at the deadline from the Nats. Because he's 25 years of age, he throws hard as hell, and teams see potential in that. And that's why I'm really grateful the Nationals did not let go of Ferrer for, a 15th ranked prospect, because I legitimately think this guy could be our closer down the stretch. Again, I know it's not the best at times to have a left-handed arm as your closer, but I mean, we've seen it before. Aroldis Chapman, Josh Hader, there are great closers and historically great closers like Billy Wagner as well, who have been left-handed arms. I'm not telling you Jose Ferrer is going to be Billy Wagner, but I do believe he can be very successful in this league for a very long time, and I would like to see him be the closer for here on out with the Nationals. I don't want this, maybe him, maybe Cole Henry. No. It's Jose A. Ferrer. Let's get him his own cool entrance now in DC as well. Okay, give me the over today. I say that because, again, I don't think Ferrer is going to get to pitch today. That means more runs scored. Okay, on to our second best bet of the video. Let's move to our first money line of the day. I'm going to go 3 money lines today. There's not a nerfy I like. So you'll see. I know the nerfy did not hit yesterday. We were hot, and then, the Tigers scored in the first inning. Thanks, Cleveland. Not Cleveland, Minnesota. We're going to go with our first money line of the day, minus 110 on both sides. Gotta take the Brewers. Got to. Guys, the Brewers are at great value here. They are. And I get it. Andrew Abbott's going today for Cincinnati. Their all-star starting pitcher, obviously, for Cincinnati, and Andrew Abbott. I understand that. I don't care. The Brewers are on this historic winning streak, right? Milwaukee's now won 14 consecutive games after winning in extra innings yesterday at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. They come from behind and they do it again. Actually, no, they were always tied, but it's okay. They keep finding ways to win games. Keep Brian Hayes with a huge hit in the bottom of the 10th inning and think, okay, maybe the Reds are going to get this one. No, the Brewers win yet again. The reason the line today is set at minus 110 on both sides is because of the pitching matchup. It's Andrew Abbott, who's sporting a 2.41 ERA, and Jose Quintana is going for the Brewers. I get it. Quintana is going to give up runs. The thing is, the Brewers get Quintana runs at the same time. They give this guy run support. They do. They give this guy run support all the time. Quintana is kind of old. He's an unk. He's 36 years of age, but a 3.44 ERA in the season and a 10-4 record with that 3.44 ERA. What does that indicate? Again, is that the Brewers get this guy run support and they get him in positions in which they can win baseball games. At the same time, guys, I'm not betting against a team that's won 14 games in a row. And sure, are they bound to lose eventually? 100%. This is a team that is 78-44. By far right now, the best team in baseball. Will it stay that way in the postseason? Probably not. I still remain adamant on the fact, and I'm taking the Brewers today, but I remain adamant on the fact that nobody's scared of this team in the postseason. Unfortunately, nobody's scared of the Milwaukee Brewers in the slightest. It is the unfortunate reality and the unfortunate truth of all of this. However, right now they're on fire. They keep finding ways to score. I mean, look at Thursday's game against the Reds, right? You think the winning streak's over, right? Cincinnati gets up to a 7-2 lead in that game. What does Milwaukee do immediately? They score 5 runs to make it a 7-6 game. And the next inning comes, they're in the lead. It's 8-7 again. The Reds are up 8-1, excuse me. It's just, this is the toughest team right now in baseball to beat. Andrew Vaughn goes to the Milwaukee Brewers. He's Barry Bonds now. It's insane. Christian Yelich, we're seeing shades of MVP Christian Yelich out here. We are, right? We're seeing like peak Christian Yelich once again. It's insane what's happening with this baseball team. I can't explain it. I can't explain it because it's just, it doesn't make sense. On paper, they're not this good. I mean, there was the stat for the longest time that, they did not have a player with a higher than an 800 OPS. I don't think that's no longer the case. I'm pretty sure someone's got to have an above 800 OPS. I believe it's got to be Yelich, right? Yelich has to have, Yelich got an 819 OPS now. But it's weird, man. These guys just find ways to win, and the Reds are finding ways to lose. I get it, Quintana's going, and Andrew Abbott's going too. Guys, it doesn't matter who's pitching against the Milwaukee Brewers right now. They're going to find ways to win, because that's just how good they are right now. This entire lineup is hitting the baseball. Frelick, Contreras, Yelich, Vaughn, Churang. They're starting Brandon Lockridge, and they're still winning baseball games. And Lockridge has been good so far since being dealt to Milwaukee. I can't explain it, but they've just been the best team in baseball. And then yesterday, it's Monasterio, who hits a 3-run pinch hit home run in the top of the 11th to win the baseball game. The Reds put up 2 runs in the bottom half of the 11th. Not enough. Milwaukee wins the game 6-5. I mean, they go into the 9th inning yesterday down 2-1. They tie it. They take it into extras. They end up winning the baseball game. You can't find ways to beat this team right now. I don't know what devil sorcery magic's going on. I don't care that Abbott's on the mound. No, Milwaukee just finds ways to win. So I'm taking the Milwaukee Brewers to go into Cincinnati. I can't explain to you how they're going to do it, but I just know they're going to. It's going to be 15 straight victories. They are getting it done. Brewers win on the road -110. Our third best bet of the video is our best player prop of the day. I'm going to go with, Adrian Del Castillo today at Coors Field. Hear me out. Hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. We usually bet on the superstars, right? We bet on Manny Machado yesterday, did not go our way, right? We bet on Aaron Judge in the past. We love going with Bryce Harper. I get it. We pick the best players in baseball. Adrian Del Castillo does not fit the Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, Aaron Judge mold, but it's okay because Adrian Del Castillo is coming through tonight. As I'm looking through FanDuel and I'm looking at the props today and I see the over 1.5 total bag prop, I see, Ketel Marte -210. I see Corbin Carroll at -175, right? I see, Hunter Goodman is at like -170, -160. Those aren't playable, obviously. I see down the list and I see Adrian Del Castillo at -110. Absolutely taking it. Here's why, okay? Adrian Del Castillo gets to face Antonio Senzatella today. Senzatella hit the IL. He hit the IL after his last start on August 1st against the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you remember what happened on August 1st, that was the game the Rockies won 17-16. What did Senzatella do? 2/3 of an inning, 7 hits, 8 runs, and he put his team down 8-0 to start the game. His team ended up winning. They ended up winning 17-16 in the craziest game of the year. But again, Senzatella gave up 8 runs without escaping the first inning. He has been historically horrible this year. His ERA is 7.34, and you might be thinking, oh, well, it's limited sample size. Nope. He made a start on the second game of the season for the Rockies. He's been pitching all year long, and shockingly enough, he actually pitched a shutout in 4 innings on March 29th on opening weekend against the Tampa Bay Rays in Tampa. Senzatella, actually, second start, went 5 1/3 innings of shutout baseball against the Phillies, and then it all came crashing down, right? Here in the month of August for Antonio Senzatella is 108. It's one start, but still. You want a larger sample size? Go to the month of August. Senzatella's ERA in that month is 6.65. So why am I going Adrian Del Castillo today? This is a catcher who basically only hits right-handed pitching. Senzatella's a righty. And Adrian Del Castillo, in his one game at Coors Field this year, dominated. Yesterday, it's a game that the Diamondbacks end up losing 10-7. I don't care who wins the game, all right? We want a shootout in the highest degree. We don't care who wins the baseball game. I expect to get a shootout, though, with Nabil Crismat and Antonio Senzatella pitching. I didn't know Crismat was still in the league. Apparently, this is his first start of the year. Yeah, I didn't even know he was in Arizona, okay? Last I checked, he was in San Diego. Nah, I'm kidding. That was like 4 years ago. Anyways, there's going to be a million runs scored tonight. The over-under is 12.5. Makes sense. We just need Del Castillo to get on the board, okay? Look at what Del Castillo's done so far at Coors Field. Now, the first game of the series, he went 0 for 5. We're not going to talk about that, okay? That's an outlier. Okay, pitching for the Rockies that night was... Okay, that was the night where the Diamondbacks scored like 8 runs in the first 2 innings. All right, we're gonna forego that because legitimately, Senzatella might be the worst starter in baseball other than Mitchell Parker. Nah, it's probably Senzatella. Actually, you throw Mitchell Parker at Coors Field in Denver, who knows what happens? I'm so serious. But anyways, you give Senzatella the Adrian Del Castillo match, or Adrian Del Castillo, the Antonio Senzatella matchup, and trust me, he's going to demolish the baseball. Del Castillo, sometimes in the DH spot, sometimes in the catcher spot. I assume he's going to be at the DH spot today, right? I think it's either going to be him or Herrera. Herrera actually went yard a couple days ago. But anyways, right, wherever Del Castillo is, if he's playing the field or if he's DHing, I feel fine about this. Again, this is a guy yesterday in 4 at-bats went 2 for 4 with a homer and a double. Obviously, 6 total bases. Now you throw in Antonio Senzatella, who's the worst starting pitcher in baseball. It should go Del Castillo's way, right? I'm just looking at from the standpoint of I believe this is going to be a shootout. I believe there are going to be a million runs scored tonight. What is the easiest way for us to get this? Or at least get good money, a good line on this play, on this game? It's Del Castillo, right? I mean, I could have taken like a Warming Brennable, I think it was like minus 150. I could have taken like a Jose Herrera. I don't even know if he's going to play today, right? I could have taken a bottom of the Rockies lineup. We could have taken a Karros, someone like that. Del Castillo minus 110, I believe, is the best value we're going to get in a game that I fully expect to be a straight up shootout, right? The games early in this series have been shootouts, right? 8-2, 4-3, 10-7 yesterday. I expect it to the highest degree today just because the starting pitchers and Crismat and Senzatella. It's just going to be one of those nights. I think Del Castillo is going to go yard just because of how bad Senzatella is. Crismat's going to give up a million runs too, but we don't care. Give me the over 1.5 total bags for Adrian Del Castillo here at Coors Field. It's at minus 110. We're going to take that. On to our fourth best bet of the video. It is only money lines. From here on out, we go to Oracle Park, San Francisco, California. The Tampa Bay Rays versus the San Francisco Giants. Oops, I did it again. I mean, we picked Rays money line yesterday. They are losing 1-0 all the way until the 8th inning. What do they do in the 8th inning? They scored 2 runs. Boom, ball game. A little concerned Pete Fairbanks probably not available tonight. Pitched in back-to-back games, but maybe not. Honestly, he hadn't pitched in a while prior to these last 2 in San Francisco, so maybe we could get Fairbanks for a 3rd consecutive night. Wasn't that treacherous of an outing yesterday for him. Had to go 17 pitches, but struck out the side. We'll see. We keep on fading the Giants. We have faded the Giants so much during this losing streak, it's insane. We faded them in the Padres series, we faded them in the National series, and now we're fading them in the Tampa Bay series. We've cashed the first 2 nights of this Tampa Bay San Francisco series, or yesterday at least. We cashed on this game, on this series, and we're going to do it again. We're going to do it one more time. And I know Logan Webb is pitching. That doesn't matter. The Giants don't score runs. They don't score. They got up to a 1-0 lead yesterday because, auto-generated player Christian Koss has an RBI single that leaks through past the third baseman over in Caminero. But the team doesn't score. They score 1 run yesterday, and they get out to a lead, and they lose 1-0. That's why losing on Friday was so tough for this team, because they're up 6-1, and they end up losing the game 7-6. It's an atrocious lineup. It's one of the worst lineups in baseball. Justin Verlander gave them a great night yesterday. I mean, Verlander legitimately, if he wants to stick around next season, you can look back at this Giants-Rays start and say, okay, this is why Verlander just worked his way into another contract with a team like the Giants or somewhere else in the MLB. That's the reason why Verlander's around, because of how well he pitched against the Tampa Bay Rays. 7 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs, 8 strikeouts. Legitimately the best start I've seen out of Verlander for a very long time, and definitely the best as a member of the San Francisco Giants. And yet, the Giants still lost. It's hilarious. They still lost the game. The Rays found a way to get it done. It's a huge 8th inning out of them, right? All with 2 outs too, by the way. All with 2 outs in the 8th inning. It was exactly how they scored in the 9th inning off of Randy Rodriguez. Fortes gets hit with 2 outs. Chandler Simpson singles. Yandy Diaz drives in a run. And then Brandon Lowe drives in a run as well. Brandon Lowe drives in a run. Rays go up 2-1. Giants don't score in the bottom of the 8th. Giants don't score in the bottom of the 9th. Ball game, Rays win. Okay, Logan Webb pitches tonight. That's great. That's great. Logan Webb has been good, but he hasn't been great. He's been serviceable. He hasn't been lights out, though. He has not been lights out at all. Last start against the Padres, 6 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. That's a good night. His team still lost. And Yu Darvish was the opposing pitcher for the Padres. What happened? Other than a Rafael Devers home run, the Giants weren't able to score anything against Yu Darvish. Starting tonight for the Tampa Bay Rays, will be Ryan Pepio. Pepio's a mixed bag, I understand that. 3.86 ERA. Last start was not good against the A's. His team still won, though. Pepio goes 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. Again, ERA on the season is 3.86. ERA in the month of August, 4.5. And ERA in the month of July was 5. Again, we say this about every pitcher. We said it about Adrian Hauser yesterday, and that's why I was fine with Tampa. And I was good with Mackenzie Gore coming into San Francisco as well. If you're a struggling pitcher, this is your get-right game. It's the Giants. The Giants do not score. It's Elliot Ramos bobblehead day today. I will be in attendance. I'll be getting an Elliot Ramos bobblehead just to add to my collection of Giants bobbles, even though I don't like the Giants at all. But, gotta keep my collection going. Anyways, the Giants ain't scoring on Elliot Ramos bobblehead day. They are going to put 40,000 people in this building on a Sunday afternoon just to lose again. I mean, they had a damn, who's it? Oh, God, what's her name? Sweetie? Some crap? She had a concert after this game yesterday. They still lost. They put 40,000 people in the building to watch this dog shit team, and they still lose. They're getting booed off the field now, and they should, because the Giants are legitimately the worst, the most boring team to watch in baseball. They're not the worst team, but they're so boring. They legitimately might be the worst to watch, though. I wish there was any team in the Bay Area that was better than them to watch. Like, I miss the A's so much this year, because I would go to Oakland all the time this season, because at least the A's have fun games. If I want to watch a baseball game and I have to drive 2 hours to Sacramento, I got to watch the damn San Francisco Giants. And it's boring shit all the time. Don't get me wrong, stadium's beautiful, but it's just what we have to do now. Anyways, I hate that the A's moved. The Giants aren't scoring tonight. They're not. They're going to score maybe 1 run max. Logan Webb's going to give a gritty performance where he goes like 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Giants will be down 2-1 by the time the bullpen gets in the game. The Rays will tackle one on. Tampa Bay is going to win the game 3-1. I just told you the script. Just trust in the process here. Rays money line at plus 135. The Giants have lost so many games in a row. They shouldn't be favored against anybody. I don't care that Logan Webb is pitching. They're still going to lose. Give me Tampa Bay on the road in San Francisco at plus 135. On to our final best bet of the video. It is the Little League World Series game. Let's move to, where is this, Virginia? I don't even know where they play this at, I'll be honest with you. No, it's Cooperstown. No, definitely not Cooperstown. It's Williamsport, Pennsylvania, not Virginia, my goodness. Cooperstown's something completely different. Baseball Hall of Fame, I know. Mariners, Mets. I hinted the other day that we were going to this, and sure, this is actually the 3rd time I'm taking the Mariners to beat the Mets. But hear me out. Why wouldn't I do this? George Kirby, Clay Holmes pitching matchup. It's not a home game for the Mets no more. It is a smaller field where you get the team who hits the most home runs in baseball. One of the teams at the most home runs in baseball against the Law Mets. Like, I mean, come on. Mets won yesterday. What? They tacked runs on at the end of the game. Well, they won 5-1, I think it was. 3-1. Credit to McLean. I didn't think he was going to be that great for the Mets. He was good. The Mets still suck, all right? They got the kick in the ass that they needed, sure. I'll give them credit. The Mariners don't have that many crappy hitting nights in a row, though. They just don't. Like, yeah, Seattle will still have those games like they did yesterday against McLean. I mean, I won't forget the 3rd inning where they had bases loaded, 1 out, and Julio grounds it right into a double play, and they don't score. And then they go 8 innings without scoring a single run until I believe it was Gino hit the home run in the top of the 9th inning. It is what it is. The Mets have still lost, 15 out of their last 17 baseball games? Or 14 of 17, something horrible. They've still lost a million baseball games. And I get the Mariners have lost 3 of 4. Pitching matchup, though, favors Seattle totally. George Kirby over Clay Holmes. I get it. They have identical ERAs. Both Kirby and Holmes right now have a 3.71 ERA. Kirby's a better 3.71 ERA, trust me. Kirby's coming off a start against the Orioles, in which the Mariners won 1-0. Kirby goes 7 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs. Start before that against the White Sox, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. Start before that against the Rangers on July 31st, 6 innings, 3 hits, and 0 runs. ERA so far in the month, 1.38 for George Kirby. Clay Holmes has not been good recently. Here's the difference. ERA of 7.27 for Holmes in the month of August. In the month of July, ERA is 4.91. We look at his last 3 starts. July 30th against the Padres, 3 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. Guardians, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, And then Atlanta, 3 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs. This team actually won that game 13-5. But again, they have not been winning games because of Clay Holmes. And he doesn't go more than 5 innings, obviously, right? Reliever from New York, the Yankees, turned into a starter here in Queens. He has not been that effective this season. He was much better as the season started when they were really, he was going 5 innings and getting right out, and he was doing a great job. As the season has gone on, and really just the last month or so for him has been treacherous. It's been horrible. So again, that's my point. George Kirby's 3.71's a lot better because Kirby's ERA was inflated when he first came back, right? Struggled early on against the Astros, against the Washington Nationals. He had an ERA of 11.42 in the month of May alone. He has bounced back in the biggest way. ERA in the month of June, 3.18. ERA in the month of July, 3.07. ERA in the month of August, 1.38. Again, his total season ERA of 3.71 is so much better than Clay Holmes's. And again, you go to Williamsport, you go to this relatively smaller stadium with smaller fences or shorter fences, with the the Seattle Mariners against the New York Metropolitans. Look at the Mariners' bats and how many home runs they hit. I'm looking at Raleigh, who's got 46 home runs and 100 RBI in the season. Randy Arozarena, who swings for the fences with every single swing that he takes. Julio Rodriguez, power threat. Josh Naylor, power threat. Eugenio Suarez, power threat. That's 5 out their 9 guys in their starting lineup. That's over half. And sure, the Mets have guys, but again, it's the Mets problem that we always talk about. They're just mediocre. Everyone's just mid. Soto, mid this season. Let's just be honest. Average-wise, mid. Lindor, mid. Alonso, above mid. McNeil, mid. Nimmo, mid. Mauricio, good at times, mid. They're going nowhere in the playoffs. They're going nowhere tonight. Clay Holmes has not been as good as George Kirby's been recently. Kirby's going to pitch well, and Clay Holmes is going to struggle mightily tonight with giving up the long ball. I believe the Mariners are going to take advantage, and they are going to dominate this baseball game here in Williamsport. It's not a home game anymore for New York. It's a neutral site. Who knows what those little leaguers are going to be cheering for in the crowd? We don't care. Go Mariners tonight here in Williamsport, the Little League Classic, whatever they call it. Give me the Mariners to win, -120 here on Sunday Night Baseball. So folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets for August 17th. If you have not yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment. If you do disagree with any of the picks, we'll be back tomorrow for more daily MLB Best Bets. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.